Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday today. We are okay. I should have went. Well, yesterday's video was me at the park, national park and beach. I should have went today because look at the sun. Blue skies, sunny, plus 20 degrees. But next weekend will be a good beach day because it's going to be 24 degrees, so it'll be total beach weather. And plus, I had to pay like another $9. I mean, I could have went to the Patricia Beach. I think that one is free, but yeah. Well, today I wanted to go to the beach today, but then I had to do some errands for my godmother. So my godmother's a senior. She's like 80 years old, and whenever she needs something done, she calls me because she raised me and my sister. So this is what I do with my butts. I have water usually or some sort of liquid on me. I pour it out and I throw it in my garbage. Even though it's paper, like it disintegrates into the earth. But yeah, we're gonna get her some bananas, and then she cooked me some pancit, which if you don't know what pancit is like a Filipino noodles. Yeah, so. And then I need to buy some fruit. I feel like I haven't had fruit in a while. And yeah. I don't really have anything to do. It's Father's Day today. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers. I personally don't speak to my father anymore. When I came out, he was very like, he was against it, but he wasn't like rude against it. So I feel like that kind of drove a wedge in our relationship. My stepmother, who pretty much raised me as a kid as well, amazing stepmother. Best stepmother, I mean, most amazing stepmother ever. She was like kind, and she was catering, and she was sociable, not like your typical stepmother that you see in the movies. So I was actually closer to my stepmother than I was with my father. I know. My stepmother came into the picture early, like probably when I was 6 or 5. So she's been around for a long time. The last time I actually saw them was 2009 when my grandmother passed away, and I saw them at the hospital. So I was like 28 years old, so it's been a while since I've seen them. I don't really have like a reason to see them. So, and I remember the last time I saw them, my dad barely came out of his bedroom, because like that's how it was when I was a kid. Like usually, like when I was a kid, my dad was he was there for me. Like I saw him. My parents divorced early, like when I was 2 years old. So I don't really remember being a 2-parent family ever in my life. So when my dad was really a good dad, like we were usually there sleeping on the weekends, and my mother would have me during me and my sister during the weekdays. So the weekends, my dad usually had us. Usually it would be like Friday evening or Saturday morning until Sunday. And he was a good dad. Like we went to a lot of places. He bought me a lot of things. And I remember always kissing him like on the lips when I was a kid. And then like his mustache would always be like prickly. But that was like when I was a young kid. Like I'm talking like 4, 5, 6. After that, it was usually just a kiss on the cheek or whatever. And then when my dad would kiss me on the cheek, his mustache would be all prickly. Yeah, I stopped regularly going to see them probably in my teens. I mean, all of us went through a lot of shit during our teens, and a lot of, like for me personally, a lot of, personal identity, not only gender, but like racial, and figuring out who I was. So I was dealing like with a lot of stuff when I was a teenager. But yeah, probably the last time I really saw them regularly was maybe when I was 14, 15, 16. I'll tell you guys a story. Okay, I'll tell you a story too. It's fitting that I'm telling you my dad's story on Father's Day, right? When I was 14, I remember vividly, my mom wasn't home, and I didn't have my keys. I lost them because my mom was working, and this was during school hours. So they called my dad, and my stepmother happened to be home. So they sent me over to my dad's apartment because he lived close to my school. because I had to go home because I was sick. And I remember being there alone, and I think my stepmother had to do an errand or something. She left me alone in the house, in the apartment. I remember snooping around. This was like when I was 14 years old. And I go to the living room. I was going through the VHSs. This was like 14, so it would have been 1995. I remember looking at his VHS collection, and it said Spice TV, XXX. And I was like, what is this? I had no, like, you know, I didn't know what Spice was, or XX. Well, I knew what XXX was, but I remember seeing it, and then I was like, oh, okay. So I popped it into the VCR, and it was like PORN, right? So I was like, oh my God. But the thing is, it was, I don't know if any of you, probably not, none of you, because I don't really have that many male subscribers, but it's primarily female. I mean, I do have male subscribers, but it's like 90% female. But in the 90s, there used to be on a satellite dish called Spice Network, and they would always show softcore corn, right? So, and then I was like, oh my God. And this is the first time I ever saw that kind of stuff. It was like, oh, because I've never seen it before. So I started stealing his VHSs. I took one, and then I took two, and then I took three when I could. And he had stacks and stacks, like hundreds and hundreds of videotapes recorded from the satellite. And then all of a sudden, I took one, okay? This was like maybe a month or two after. I probably had already accumulated like 10 cassette tapes. I took one, and it was just labeled XXX. The ones I was taking or stealing were Spice. I popped it in when I got home, and it was hardcore corn. Not, because Spice was soft core. Like, you didn't actually see like the V, and you didn't see the P, you know? It was just like on the body, full body, but you weren't really seeing anything. And then when I saw that, I was like, holy crap. Also, this is the first time I ever saw another penis aside from my own. So it was like, wow. I was like enamored. That's insane. And of course, as a little teenage kid, I was like, my eyes lit up like it was freaking Christmas or my birthday combined. So then I started stealing those VHSs, and I probably took like another 10. And I probably had accumulated over like 30 tapes until my dad, I think, realized I was stealing them. We didn't talk about it because my dad wasn't about talking feelings, but he just moved the VHS tapes from the living room to his bedroom and locked them up. But the funny thing is that, and this is kind of related to the story, but not really. A year ago, I think like, yeah, maybe like 94. This was 95. So 94, I used to record softcore corn off my TV and sell it to my friends in junior high. See, I was an entrepreneur when I was a kid, okay? Reselling shit as a kid when I was 13 years old, guys. And I remember like the most popular guy in class, he's like, hey, I want one of those tapes. I was selling them for $8 a pop, okay? But then, like, most of the kids really liked it because they were kind of like geeks and nerds. But the ones that didn't like it were the popular ones who are used to watching the hardcore stuff, and then they wanted a refund. And I was like, well, I spent the money at McDonald's already. And they're like, I'm going to beat you up. I was like, no, okay, I'll pay you back. Anyway, that's a little cute, little interesting story as a kid. But yeah, anyway, I haven't seen my dad since I was like 28 back in 2009. So... yeah, and I can't really say I miss him because I don't really, I remember a lot, but I don't remember a lot of connection. I remember love, but not love as affection with my father. I just remember him not really being around much, like, especially when I got into my early teens and mid-teens. Usually he would stay in his bedroom, and then my stepmother would cater to us. He'd come out twice, like maybe in the beginning to say hi and whatever, go back to his bedroom, and then we would watch TV, cook, eat, maybe go out and play, and then he would come out again toward the end, you know, and say bye. And his thing was always, how are your teeth? Are your teeth okay? I don't know what it is about my dad and his teeth. Maybe that's why I had such a I don't know, insecurity with my teeth and fascination with nice teeth, because he always like, make sure you're brushing your teeth. And I'm like, okay, daddy. I mean, as an adult, I probably should see him. I mean, he's probably like in his late 70s now, early 70s. But I don't know. I just feel like I know it's never too late, but I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to reopen that relationship with him. I mean, it's easy with my stepmother because until maybe like 5 years ago, I was still communicating with my stepmother through like Facebook and stuff, but it just gradually kind of dissipated. And I feel like that too, like with a lot of like family. Like I was really close to my cousin Audrey, and she was like, oh, like especially when I had my house, she would always come over with her kids. She'd always come over for New Year's, birthdays, up until maybe like 2018. It was like that. And then our kids grew up and moved away. Her kids grew up. I'm just gonna do my errands. I need to pick up some pears, apples, bananas for my godmother, and then pick up the pancit, and I don't know what else to do. I looked at my body today in like the mirror, and then because like yesterday I was wearing my shapewear, so everything was tucked in, but when I don't wear my shapewear, it just looks like a beluga whale. And I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat because I feel like it's all like puffy. I mean, it didn't help that after the beach yesterday, I went to A&W and got a double smash burger and onion rings. I've been like obsessed with onion rings. I just love onion rings so much. I love onion rings and sweet potato fries. I don't know why. And you have to dip it in like the Chipotle dip. I shouldn't have had that, but I mean, I didn't overeat. Before, when I was like 400 pounds, I'd order like an A&W and like the onion rings, and I'd order another burger on the side, and then later I'll have chips, and I'll have a 2-liter pop, and then I'll have some chocolate bars. I mean, I just had the A&W, and that's it. But yeah. I like to look for discounts. Everything's so expensive. Price dropped $2. Oh, here's the $2 apples. Why do they look all weird? I like these apples better. This one looks good. I'll get that one. Oh, and I need one pear. Like, see, a pear is like $2.99. This one I like. It's nice and curvy. At least bananas are cheap. This is kind of cheap, $5.40. But does it look old? Like, it looks discolored. I'm gonna like pick the best one. This one looks decent. No, it doesn't. It looks slimy. Like, look at that one. That one looks all wrinkly. Oh, this one looks newer. That one looks newer and pink, right? Look at that one. Okay, guys, we just came from the grocery store. When I was leaving the grocery store, this woman was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, do you have $1?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I paid with debit," even though I paid cash. But to be honest, I didn't have that much money. I don't have much money to spare, okay? So I went back to the car. I realized how polite she was. And then I found $1. I mean, I had $1 in my wallet, but I took the $1 from my console that I usually save for like car washes. And then I pulled up beside her. I'm like, "I found $1 in my car." And she's like, "Oh, thank you." She's like, "Have it, drive safely." I like giving people who are polite, because sometimes I've given $5, $10 to panhandlers, and they're not very like thankful, or they just like grab it. Or that one time where the guy offered to like eat me out because I gave him $5. I'm like, no, maybe first he'd be in for a surprise. Secondly, if he was hot, then maybe. But okay, so yeah, I gave her like $1. I just figured she needs it more than I do. Yes, I need to pay bills. Yes, I have one bill coming up that I don't know how I'm going to pay, but I know it's going to happen. It always usually works out that way. Like when I have a bill due and I don't have the money for it, it usually comes to me. Like I can manifest that easily. Like I don't know why, but it does. Can I manifest a man in my life? Can I manifest a hot body? But I can manifest money. Fine. Anyway, yeah, so I spent $22 on groceries that I want to show you. $2 of that was for my godmother because she wanted bananas, which I've just pulled up to her apartment. So I got her like 5 bananas. Bananas are the cheapest fruit too, so. Okay, so I bought macaroni and cheese for my sister because she's staying with my 20-year-old sister because she's staying with me until she moves into her new apartment. That's basically chicken, the mix. They didn't have afritada mix, but they had the caldereta mix, which is pretty much the same. So I got that. I have a potato at home that I can use. And then I bought a carrot for it as well, which, oh, it broke in half. Okay, my carrot just broke in half. And I have peas at home and I have green peppers at home. And I also bought some sinigang mix because I like to cook sinigang. And then I got the chicken because it was on sale. That's the reason why I went the afritada route, because $5.40 for 3 pieces of chicken breast. I'll use one for the afritada, the other breast for maybe like a tinola, and then the other one, I don't know what we're gonna do with, but it's there, extra. And then we picked up an apple, a pear, a can of tuna because Sunlight is a picky eater. I bought her the cheap shit from Dollar Tree or Dollarama. She didn't like that cat food, the one in the can. She likes the ones that are like either the Temptations, where it's like a little niblet thing and inside it's like creamy. She likes those as dry food. But the wet food, she likes things that are parted. She doesn't like pate, which I figured out because she wasn't eating it. So I bought her some of that. But when I ran out of cat food and I had to buy some and it was nighttime, I fed her some tuna and she seemed to like it. So I just got her some flaked like tuna packed in water, not oil. She seems to like that. So this is like 2 meals for her. And then the last thing I got was this tocino. My favorite thing from the Philippines ever is tocino. I like it when it's a little bit burnt, when you have like those crunchy little burnt pieces. Super yummy. And I usually eat that with rice. If I had tomato and cucumber, which I don't, I would slice some of that up, but I usually eat it with rice and a side of like egg, usually runny, sunny side up. So yeah, $22 for that. Hi, Cat. Yes. So I have that boiling. We have that. The key to cooking in stainless steel pans and pots is make sure it's heated properly so that, and don't mix it too quick. Just mixing everything together. On medium heat. I have the frozen peppers already, so. I like to cook the chicken a little bit earlier, make sure it's a little bit brown, and then I add the potatoes and carrots because those are hard and it takes a little bit longer to cook. So you can see the chicken isn't all the way cooked yet, but by the time the potatoes and carrots are cooked, it'll be cooked. Seasoning, I don't use the whole packet, too much sodium, and I add a little bit of water. This is where I keep all of the water that's been boiled. So it's not filtered water, but it's boiled water. A little bit of water, not too much. And I'll just let it simmer for about 5 minutes. I think I'll cover it too. There. It's almost cooked, so I'm gonna add some frozen peas and carrots. And even like these little bean things. I don't really usually add beans, but since it's in here, it's not a big deal. And I'll just mix that up. And it's almost cooked. I add some turmeric because I like to add turmeric to all of my things that I'm cooking. It doesn't really add much of a taste, but it's super healthy for you. And a little bit of pepper.
This tea feels good. I don't know why my throat's so raw. you doing home in the middle of the day?
I just picked DJ up at the bus depot.